Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. On the 5th of April 2023, a company called 4D Medical released an announcement to the market. The share price rallied 63% on that particular day and has kept on rising since then. In fact, the share price has risen from about 30 cents to a high of just shy of $1. Not only that, the volume has been quite high. So obviously, because the market has reacted really positively to this particular announcement, it's actually quite wise to have a look at this announcement and also to have a look at this company. So this is really the first time I have taken a look at 4D Medical. In fact, a few viewers of this channel have recommended or suggested I do a video on this company as well. And understandably so, because I do get excited when I see a share price of a company up 180% over a 2-week period. But first, let's talk about what 4D Medical does as a business. As you can see by, or probably tell or assume by the name, 4D Medical, this is in the medical or health sector. And in fact, 4D Medical is a medical technology company dealing with respiratory imaging and ventilation analysis. Their XV lung ventilation analysis software, or XV-LVAS for short, is an imaging modality that quantitatively measures the regional lung function, giving clinicians a picture of lung health for pulmonary disorders including asthma, COPD, cystic fibrosis, and cancer. Their XV technology, which was developed by the current CEO and founder of the company, gives a 4D dimensional view of their lung, and their software, the XV-LVAS, outputs a quantified regional ventilation data from the software or from the machine or technology into an easy to interpret report that includes 4D visualizations. This enables physicians to detect areas of high and low ventilation with pinpoint accuracy in all parts of the lung, in all phases of the breath. And that's very important, all phases of the breath, hence 4D visualization. So that 4D means they're talking also not only 3D, but also time. Now, just a few facts in regards to 4D Medical. Current market cap, and this has changed a fair bit over the past 2 weeks, is 244 billion. That's at a share price of 83 cents. Now, the shares on issue for 4D Medical are 294 million. So if you are watching this video, maybe in May or June 2023, share price could be significantly higher or significantly lower than 83 cents. So all you have to do to get the current market cap for when you're watching this video is multiply the shares in issue, 294 million, by the share price. However, in saying that, one of the reasons I haven't followed this company and have done no research on this company is because they only generated $1 million of revenue in the last financial year and were loss-making by about $30 million. So there's always that possibility that this company will do another capital raising, particularly because the share price has almost tripled in the past 2 weeks. So the shares on issue could increase significantly from $294 million. So you have to be aware if this company does any more capital raisings. Now, the current CEO and founder, not only of the company, but also the technology, is Dr. Andreas Forrest. Not only is he the CEO and founder, he also owns 23.8% of the company. So for those investors looking for skin in the game, this is one of those companies where there's definite skin in the game. And I'll talk about Dr. Andreas Forrest in the next slide because his background is really interesting and not what you might think it is. Now, one of the other large shareholders of the company is the Norwegian Sovereign Fund. In fact, they own about 3% of the company as well. So I'm always interested to see those companies where the Norwegian fund, Sovereign Fund, is interested. And 4D Medical is one of those companies. Although when you think about 3% of 4D Medical, which amounts to about $5 million or so, that's not a lot. When you talk about how much the Norwegian fund or sovereign fund has in its kitty, it's massive. And the ticker code for 4D Medical is 4DX. Let's talk the CEO and founder of this company, Dr. Andreas Forrest, because his background is absolutely fascinating. Now, you might think because this is a medical technology company that it's likely and possibly, maybe you're just making really bad assumptions, that the founder of this company probably has a background in medicine, and that's not true. In fact, Dr. Andreas Forrest's background is in engineering, fluid mechanics, and imaging. So he has an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Queensland, also a Master of Engineering Science, fluid mechanics from the University of Queensland, and a PhD in particle image velocimetry from the Monash University. And after university, or once he gained his PhD, he stayed in academia and he rose to the position of Professor of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering and Director of the Laboratory for Dynamic Imaging. During that time, he studied experimental fluid dynamics, and he was considered a acknowledged young leader in the area of imaging within fluid dynamics, leading to the development of new approaches to the imaging of gas and liquid flow. And from there, he founded 4D Medical and the technology behind this company. So before we talk about the announcement that caused the excitement in the market, let's have a look at the excitement in the market. So all we have to know to understand there is excitement in the market is just have a look at the chart. Not only have a look at the chart, so the share price action, but also have a look at the volume. I do know quite a few people who do look at technical analysis, totally ignore volume. I think that is a mistake, in my opinion. Now, that's just my opinion, because I always look at volume. And when you see massive volume, that is telling us that there is interest in the market. And a lot of that interest could be fund managers. Now, this is 4D Medical's daily chart going all the way back to the start of 2022. Now, start of 2022, the share price of this company was about $1.30. Now, later in the video, I'll have a look at the weekly chart for this company. And back in September 2020, the share price of 4D Medical went to a high of about $3. At that point in time, the markup of this company was well above $600 million. But from the start of 2022 all the way through to when the company, or just before the company released this announcement, the share price of this company was in a well-defined downtrend. In fact, just before they announced this announcement, the share price was at an all-time low. Now, albeit that's only a short period of time since August 2020, but that's just telling us that the market wasn't that interested and a little bit skeptical about this company. And then all of a sudden, this company released an announcement on April the 5th that drove massive interest in this company, hence why I'm doing this video. And the share price went from about 30 cents to all the way up to just shy of $1 at the height of the hype in this company in the last 2 weeks. Share price has pulled back a little bit. Currently, the share price is around about 84 cents as I am talking now. I am speaking just before markets have closed. But you can see massive volume has come in over the past 2 weeks since this company released the announcement, which I haven't even talked about yet, that caused the excitement in this company. And just to further reinforce the excitement in this company since the 5th of April, when the company released this announcement, here is their trading history up until the 19th of April. So the day before they released this announcement, share price closed at 31.5 cents. Only 462,000 shares traded on that day. The day they released this announcement, share price rose 63.5%, and there were 5.8 million shares traded. And the share price kept on climbing because on that day, the share price closed at 51.5 cents. And then the share price rose 5% the next day, and then 48.2% on the 11th of April, again on massive volume. In fact, that was the highest volume day, and the share price kept on rising. On a couple of days, we did see the share price fall a little bit. That was just profit taking more than likely. But then on the 14th of April, share price rose another 16.4%. And then on the 19th of April, share price rose another 3.6% and closed at 87 cents. On the 14th of April, the day the share price rose 16%, that's when the share price did reach its high of 98 cents. So really, when we're looking at technical analysis, we want 98 cents to be broken. We want another really good up day, and we want to see the share price of this company get above $1. And it wouldn't be surprised to see at all, because of this run in the share price over the past 2 weeks, the company decides to do a capital raising. This is the time to actually do that when the share price has almost tripled in a very short period of time. Now, in saying that maybe it would be wise to raise capital after share price has risen a significant amount in a short period of time, it should be noted that 4D Medical currently has about, well, not currently, at the end of December, had about $45 million of cash. And maybe, possibly, probably the management of this company is comfortable with that amount of cash for 4D Medical moving forward. Now on to the announcement that caused a lot of excitement in 4D Medical. They signed their first US hospital SaaS contract with the University of Miami, a 5-year contract to deliver XV LVAS scans effective immediately. Now, the other point they noted in the highlights here, it follows success of long-term clinical trials already underway at the University of Miami. And I did notice when I was doing a little bit of research on 4D Medical, they seem to have a lot of clinical trials going on right now. So this could be a sign of things to come for 4D Medical. Maybe that's another reason why the market got excited. Now, the only negative I could find in regards to this announcement was there was no monetary numbers, no numbers at all within this announcement in regards to this contract. I wanted some numbers. And then lo and behold, 8 days later, 4D Medical cleared up my questions in regards to the numbers of this contract. So possibly the company was getting a lot of questions from investors, maybe even from the ASX, in regards to needing further information. And this further information was released on the 13th of April in the way of another announcement. 4D Medical provides further information on US hospital SaaS contract. And in this announcement, they gave us numbers. So the company advises that the minimum guarantee fees to be paid to the company under this contract are in the range of $1 million to $1.5 million for the 5-year term. Let's have a look at the long-term chart for 4D Medical, going way back to when this company listed on the ASX in August 2020. And there was a little bit of hype in this company during the first 2 months they were a listed entity. So the share price when they listed was around about $1.50. And the share price went all the way up to just shy of $3 in September. There was 1 week where the share price shot up a lot. But from that high of $3 or near $3 in September 2020, the share price moved into a well-defined downtrend. Share price went from that high of $3 all the way down to a low of about 30 cents. And finally, we have seen some increase or renewed interest in 4D Medical after the company released this announcement in regards to this SaaS contract with the University of Miami. And you could say that this long-term downtrend has come to an end. That's all I have for this video on 4D Medical. Now, I won't directly compare 4D Medical to Pro Medicus, but I do see some very vague similarities between the two companies. Now, 4D Medical is well off from being Pro Medicus, but those vague similarities make me a little bit excited about this company, particularly if they can keep this momentum going up, particularly if they can keep on signing these SaaS contracts over the next few years. I think this is definitely the sort of company you need to follow or keep on your watch list. If you have any questions about 4D Medical or anything I mentioned in today's video, I'd love to hear from you. So leave your thoughts, your questions in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day.